Recording.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Zoom training on self-development. These things were given to Nikki a little while ago about when she was having her hardest struggles with the business and with self-esteem and things like that, and wondering if she should continue to keep going and pressing forward. And it's hard when you feel completely alone in the business, where you feel like you're confused at where to get the tools, or if you have a hard time with even being able to access the computer, or you have a full-time job on top of that. We totally get it, but it doesn't stop us from developing ourselves and developing our self-esteem and doing things to help us, because it's not just with this business that it's going to help you, it's going to be with other things in your life as well. So Nikki's going to share with us what Erin Bush helped her with. She gave her these different homework tools that she wanted Nikki to come back with her with and tell her, you know, how it made her feel and what she did to make things better. So she's super excited because this was a life-changing thing for her. All of us struggle with it at some point in time, no matter how confident we are or how confident we show ourselves on Facebook. I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and we all put the happy face on when we do Facebook, but a lot of us don't know what other people are really feeling deep down inside. So we can't judge what we think others are going to say, feel, and think about us, about what we have to offer them. I am, for one, a person that takes things personal, and I take it literally, and then I sit there and I dwell and focus on things until it worries me sick. And throughout Tools, we've been doing some counseling things lately for my family and I've learned tools that way that I can share with you throughout the time that, you know, we're helping you. And then we'll just constantly be working on this lately, because it doesn't hurt to, you know, have all the tools that you need to be confident, successful, brave, and a go-getter. So before we start doing that with Nikki, I had promised you guys that I would give you guys that schedule, and I learned that it was overwhelming for some of you to get the schedule that was given to me, because that's the stuff that I do on a daily basis, that Nikki and I do on a daily basis. And so some of it doesn't apply to you. And so some of us have a little bit hard time breaking things down when we can't even figure out where to start. It can be overwhelming. So I broke it down a little bit even more, and we'll go ahead and we'll post this. I'll post it in the comments again. So if you can't find things and you see something on our group page, Get Started Now, go ahead and look in the comments, because that's how I'm able to post it until we learn how to organize the group page a little bit better. We're working on that, but it's up and running, and it's a tool and thing that you should use on a daily basis, because it gives you your basics of what to use. Anyway, so we simplified this for you. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can start with whether you do scripture or prayer. That's up to you. That's just something that I'm going to do each morning. Reach out to 5 to 15 people. If that still seems overwhelming to you, you do as many as you can. And build relationships by like commenting on people's posts, and, you know, asking people in private messages about certain things, just so that you can build trust with that person. Post on social media, which all of you guys are basically doing anyway, so that's easy. Friend 3 new people, so that you can always build your network, because you're gonna find a time, which you shouldn't yet, but you will find a time where you feel like you've gone through most of your people, and you're not going to want to wait until you get to that point. So constantly be building a newer audience, so you always have new people that are interested in the things that you do, because that hurts the self-esteem too, when you feel like, well, the ones I keep talking to over and over and over again aren't showing interest. Well, then you have a new audience, and you've created continually a new audience, and that will kind of help veer you from feeling that way all the time. Check in with an ambassador. So any ambassadors that you have, if you don't have any, then you don't have to worry about that step. Respond to messages. Any messages that you have, people asking you questions or whatever, those are the type of messages we're talking about. If you don't have that either, then that's another thing you can check off. And then love on posts. Help all the other Plexus people by, commenting on their posts so that their Facebook feed can be shown more often. That's all Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is. And that can be done probably in an hour or less. It really isn't that long.
It's really less than that, especially if you know who you're going to message already.
So I think a majority of it is just going to be the fear. And if you can bite back that and just go into it, I have come up with some really awesome verbiage that I'm going to be putting even more on our group page, and you can adjust it so it fits you better, or fits the person that you're sending to a little bit better. But I tried it yesterday. I don't know where it came from, but I was excited. I just started creating this verbiage in my mind because I was determined, and I had responses like that. It's all about changing the way you word things, and it's about how what you say to people that makes people feel like you're more genuine rather than being salesy. And then you don't have to worry about being pushy, because it's all about how you say it. Tuesday and Thursday is basically kind of the same. It's reach out to 5 to 15 people, or as many as you feel like you can. Continue building relationships and trust with these people. Post on social media, friend 3 new people again, add to a list of people to contact. Invites for sip and sees. Guys, I can't say it enough, and maybe this isn't something that you guys want to add into your time, but if you want to be successful and have the opportunity to be able to have somebody else do some of the work for you, Thursday nights are the most prime time for that. Nikki and I are sacrificing that time for you guys to be able to come out to my home and to provide the pink drink for your potentials. And we suggest, you take advantage of that if you can, and put it into your schedule, knowing that Thursday nights, this is what you do, because it really makes a difference. Some of you have wondered how I've grown so fast, and some of you keep saying we're trying to keep up with Lisa. I seriously have to give kudos to the sip and seeds, honestly, because that's where I started. Nikki had never done them before, and I told Nikki, I said, hey, well, what if we do this? Is this something we can do? She's like, yeah, I don't really know what to do. So our first week was the most amazing and successful. And I would have to say, every single time except for the last couple times when we haven't tried much, we have had success with people coming out every single week. And so if you put your energy and time into that and you bring them along, we'll do the work of teaching them. And most likely a lot of them will sign up that night, if not a couple days after. So I suggest that you take advantage of that. We'll keep leaving it open for you guys. We're here for you to support you with that. Check in with the customer. If you have preferred customers, retail customers, make sure that you check in with them. You think that that's the best way to keep people ordering and to help people. If they haven't heard from you forever, and even if you think that they were feeling okay and great, and you don't know what's going on in their life, and then all of a sudden you check in with them when they've stopped ordering, they're not going to feel like it's as genuine, I think. And it helps people to stay on. And that's one thing I really take pride in, is checking in with them. It's not fun because we feel like we're babysitting, but it's important. Respond to your messages. Make sure you go through them. When you get busier and you add more people, it's going to get to the point where you're going to receive so many messages, it's going to push a lot of them down to the bottom. So sometimes, when you guys think we're not answering to you quickly, it's because the messages keep getting pushed down with the more people you're contacting and respond. Love on posts, continue to do that, and at least watch one training video a week. You can go on YouTube, you can type in Plexus. Ame Darling's really great at She loves the scientific facts of things. And so she's a real green personality. If you want like the deep scientific facts about stuff, she's a great one. We'll start posting some of the people that are super great, and you'll find somebody that works really great with somebody's personality or your personality, where things might click even better, because they don't all teach the same. They don't all have the same personality. And the great thing about that is that's what makes it continue to stay interesting. And then look through your back office. We encourage you to be able to become familiar with that. We had a training from Noelle on that, and she did a super great job. We're going to have her teach one on organization, because she is so greatly organized, amazing. And that adds to her success. So each and every one of you have your own talents of your own. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't let this stress you out. We need your feedback so that we can be the best leaders that we can be to give you what you need. So I'll turn the time over to Nikki, and she has some awesome self-development things to share with us.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of give you guys a back history of where I've come from. You know that I started this 2 years ago. You know that I have had a rocky start. I don't know how many of you saw my my thing that I did with Autumn about my journey to gold. I am super, super grateful for this team, because I couldn't have done it without her over here. She's the leg right now. Your team is amazing. And I couldn't have gotten anywhere. But I had to go through a lot of things in the meantime to prepare myself for this, because if I would have had this team any sooner, I couldn't have done it. And we would have fallen apart completely, because I wouldn't have been strong enough to help everybody else in their time of need, because I still would have been struggling. Now, does that mean that I don't struggle on that I don't struggle at all anymore? No, I still have my struggles. I still have my fears. I still have my insecurities about things, and I work on it daily. But I have the tools in my toolbox now to know how to help myself, and then in turn help all of you. So I am going to give you a little bit of what Erin did for me, but this is going to kind of be an individualized thing. So I can give everybody like the first step, but you all have to do the first step, and you all have to take pictures and send it to me personally, because this is going to be something that not everybody needs to know about what you're going through personally, but it gives me an idea of what I can help individual people with. I'm not an expert in this, no way, shape, or form. However, I have been there. I've done it. I have been in every one of your shoes. I was not a go-getter. Stupid little things would knock me down for months. Comments, comparing myself to people, and comments that some leaders would tell me completely shot me down. If I had a really good month, the very next month was horrible. And I felt like I went like 3 steps forward and 10 steps back. And I didn't want to do that anymore. And we all have what's called head trash. Okay. Lisa's reading The Secret Code of Success by Noah St. John. That book changed my world. So I highly suggest it. And it talks about it in there, having head trash and putting our brakes on, and how we are what's holding ourselves back from succeeding and following our dreams and getting what we want out of our success. And I had a lot of head trash. I still do have some head trash, but I know how to work myself around it. So that book, I highly, highly suggest it. Chapter 4 in that book changed my world also. One of the steps that Erin gave me, and I will send this step to each individual person so that you have it with you and that you can give it back to me. So I need everybody to reach out and tell me when you're ready for step 1, because I'm not just going to freely hand this out. If you guys aren't really ready to do it, I'm not going to freely give it to you. So if you really want it and you really want to work on self-development, then you need to reach out to me and say, I'm ready to work on this, because this will change things for you. And it was kind of hard because I had to dig deep, but I found out a lot of things about myself, and I had to believe in myself. So step one Erin sent me was I really had to dig into my why. You most of you guys are still new, and so you guys, your whys are either fresh on your mind, or maybe they're not as strong as they need to be. So we need to dig to the root. Your why should make you want to cry. Your why, you should dig deep enough that it is going to be your strength. That no matter what anybody tells you, that you can get through it because your why is strong enough. Your why needs to like hit the core. And then you need to be powerful about your why, because you deserve anything and everything that you wish upon yourself. You deserve to reach the stars. You deserve to reach your dreams, and so does your family. And wording your why different can make a whole lot of difference too. So that's another thing that I'm going to help with is in step one, we're going to work on our why. But I may tell you, no, dig deeper. No, dig deeper. Why is that? Why is that? I may ask a lot of questions because it wasn't until my why hit me so hard and so strong and I was so passionate and powerful about it that I started to make changes and I started to see the difference. And power of attraction is huge. Jen talks about this all the time. There is a law of attraction. You start talking positive and thinking the positive, it's going to happen. You portray the negative and think the negative, it's going to happen. So you have control over how things really happen. You can't control other people, but you can control what's going to come to you. Because if you're going to talk positive, you're going to attract the positive. If you're going to talk negative, you're going to attract the negative. I am very, very passionate about this. And I don't want to say this too strongly, and please don't take it the wrong way, but I do have a very powerful power of attraction. I am, when I'm really passionate and powerful and positive about it, I can really attract it. But if I'm really negative, the negative is really going to come too. And I don't want the negative. I have it too often. So I try to stay positive. That's why you kind of see me really more positive on more of a daily basis, because I don't want to attract the negative. So we're going to talk about in the first step your why, and then you need to make a list of every objection that is or obstacle that is holding you back. My biggest one was myself. I didn't feel like I deserved this. I didn't feel like I deserved the success. I didn't feel like I deserved a team. I didn't feel like I deserved to have my husband home. I didn't feel like I deserved to make money. Everybody in my life told me that I couldn't do it. And everybody says these kind of companies don't work. Well, guess what? I'm going to prove them wrong. It may take me longer than most because this is classified as a 4-year career. It takes most people on average 4 years to get to the top. All you're hearing about is the people that get there real quick. And that's not what we're focusing on, because every step counts. If you look at the top of the staircase, you're going to fall clear to the ground. But if you're like a baby and learning to climb the steps, and you take it one step at a time, then you're going to get to the top, and you're going to learn how to climb faster, and you're going to learn how to climb faster. But if you look at that top, you're not going to make it. So we're going to get the big picture out of the way, and you are going to climb the steps one step at a time. Don't look at the big picture. You know where your goal is because you know what the end in sight. You know which rank you want to become or how much money you need to make a month. That needs to be your big goal. But then we're going to end up breaking it down, and we're going to get it step by step on how you're going to make it there. Okay? And we always want to dream 2 sizes too big. 2 things too big, because by the time if you're looking 2 steps ahead of you, you're going to make those other 2 steps real fast. So message me when you are ready to take this step, because this changed my world and it's going to change yours. And I promise you, if you read The Secret Code of Success, chapter 4, changed it for me. Now, I'm not telling you that that's going to be your success, because there could be other self-development books that are going to be like exactly what you need. But Affirmations changed my world. Everybody tells you to put statements out there and say, I'm successful, this business comes easy to me, I love myself. Well, those statements didn't work for me at all. I had to change it to questions. Your brain is wired to find the answer to questions. And I will repeat this till the day I'm dead. You are wired to find the answers to questions, whether it's positive answers or negative answers. You have the control. but your brain is not wired to find answers to statements. So to me, it was hard for my brain to believe a statement. So I switched it to a question and said, why am I successful? Why do I love myself? Why do I deserve to have my husband home? Why can I do this? Why do people want to hear what I have to say? All of that kind of stuff. And it changed it. I started to see negative answers come to my brain. I had to consciously change those to positive. And it took me a little bit of time, few days, few weeks for my brain to really switch it. And now it'll find the positive to every one of those questions. And I began to believe it. I began to believe in myself, and it made me rock solid. Now, again, I do have days, but I do this still every single day. When I doubt myself, I switch it to a question and I try to find the positive answers. And I promise you it will work. I also found myself comparing myself to people a lot. And I know we've talked about this, and I know that there's a few of you that have compared yourself to others. I have one particular person that I was comparing myself to a lot. And why, I still don't know, because I'm nothing like that person. And maybe because that's the type of person I really would like to be, but that's not my personality. And I would find that when I would really compare myself, I would start to doubt myself. I would start doubting my abilities, my strengths, what I could do, because she was doing them different or better in my eyes. Okay. I didn't see her struggles. I just keep seeing her successes. And she was flying to the top. And why can't I have that? What am I doing wrong? Was what I kept saying. So I had to remove myself from watching that person grow. I couldn't really pay attention to what she was doing because it was making me feel horrible about myself. And so you cannot compare yourself to anybody, because what you think is a strength in somebody else may really be their biggest weakness that they're trying to overcome themselves. And their weakness may be what your strength is. And we all bring a different key to this team. Every person is a piece of the puzzle. And we all have our own strengths and weaknesses. And we need to focus on our strengths and not compare our weaknesses to somebody else's strengths. Because Lisa and I are completely different, but we work so good together because she does the stuff that she's so good at, and I do the stuff I'm so good at, and they counteract each other's negatives. And so you need to be more focus more on your positives, focus more on your strengths, and build those strengths. And we work on our weaknesses. My weakness still is to get out of my comfort zone. Okay. I really struggle with that, and I have to talk myself into getting out of my comfort zone. And it's really easy to fall back into that. And everybody's going to struggle. I would much rather talk to strangers than anybody that I know, because I will never see those strangers again. If they turn me down, it's okay. Who cares? But when it's somebody that I know really close, I love them enough to give them this stuff, but I'm also afraid of the reciprocation, because my family has not been very reciprocating in this, as far as like my extended family. And so I have none of my family members as customers or ambassadors. My mom orders stuff here and there for me, but she doesn't sign up as a customer, which is fine because I just order it for her. She pays me whatever, but she's the only one. Our moms are usually our biggest support. But the rest of them, I don't even talk to them about it. In fact, I would much rather not. And that is a weakness of mine, because I have tools that can help everybody, but I hold myself back because I'm afraid of ruining a relationship, or I'm afraid of pushing too hard, or maybe they'll think that, oh great, she's just in one of those things again. So see, we all have them, but it's what we're going to do with them that counts. I have two favorite quotes, and I tell these to Lisa all the time. My first one is, if you want something you've never had, you must do something you've never done. So if you have a dream that you haven't got to yet, and everything else you've done isn't working, change it. And you have the ability to do that. Do something new. Take one step that's closer to making that step to getting to what you want. The other one is, I never said it would be easy. I only said it would be worth it. Now, I know that that was a quote for us to be here on earth, but it can be used in everything. There's so many things that they're not easy. And the things that are worth it aren't easy. Parenting is not easy. Being married is not easy. Holding a job is not easy. Being a great listener and leader is not easy. But it's worth it when we do it. So again, I'm gonna put in the comments a couple of books that I highly suggest for self-development. If you guys want to, we can always do book clubs. That if you're reading, you want to read a book, and we all want to read the same one at the same time, we can be doing it and check in weekly with everybody and have like certain chapters that we do during the week. So if you guys are wanting to read it, Lisa's reading The Secret Code of Success right now. I've already read that one, but I'd be happy to set up.
And The Secret.
Oh yeah, she wants to do The Secret too.
Go back and forth between the two.
Yeah, The Secret's another one. That's the one about the law of attraction.
I did put a picture of what the book looks like, what it's called, who the author is, on our group page.
So there's a few of them.
Comments. There's 3 of them on there. I couldn't give you the 4th one because that one was in Spanish. I think there's only one of us, Noelle, could have been able to
Noelle might have been able to
read it, but I can't, so I gave it back to the library.
Yeah, I can't. So anyway, I'll put the books in the comments that I have read and that have done great things for me, and that I think would be great for you guys. And then we can talk as a team and figure out what books you guys want to read. And if half of you want to read one book and half of us want to read another, then we can do, put one person in charge of this book and one person in charge of this book. And those ones get together weekly on a Zoom or on the phone or through a message group or whatever, because it'll help you understand the book. Or if you just want to read it like the rest of us together and we don't really have to talk about it, then we can do whatever. But this will change you. And this team is going to be amazing. And you guys are incredible. You guys all have strengths. You just need to believe in yourself. And that is my goal, is to get every single person to be able to believe in themselves. But in the meantime, you need to believe that we believe in you. And it's so much easier said than done. When I first started, I didn't believe in myself. I couldn't do this. Are you kidding me? And Jen believed in me. And I thought, well, she believes in me, so I need to do it because she really believes in me and believes that I can do it. I need to show her that I can. And I did. And I'm really glad I never looked back. Has it been a struggle? Yeah, it has. And some people will have struggles. Not everybody grows fast. Even if you grow fast, you're going to hit a wall eventually. You're going to hit a wall and you're going to feel terrible about yourself and question your leadership and question what's going on. You're going to. We all do. And it doesn't matter what level you're at, whether you're just starting and haven't got your first customer because you don't believe you can, or you're emerald and you're just now hitting that wall and have an entire team under you and you can't figure out what to do. I honestly will tell you, everybody will go through this. Our top leaders go through this. And it's normal. So don't think that you're by yourself. Anyway, I think that's it. You have anything else you want me to add?
So our key to all of this is to build you as leaders, not followers. So when we give you certain direction or certain advice, it's because we're trying to help build you, give you a foundation, and help you be able to succeed. The things that I try to give out for a challenge from me is I won't give it to you unless I'm doing it or have tried it myself. When I hand out those challenges or have you guys take turns doing the challenges on our messenger page, that's exactly what it is doing. It's not to scare you. It's not to make you feel like you can't do it or it's just too embarrassing or hard. It's to help you overcome fear, help you to have strength, help you to be able to rely on each other as a team, because that's what every single one of us on our team is. The messenger page is also to help you guys become closer to each other, feel that you have somebody to go to, especially whether it has to do with Plexus or not. We're all there to support each other and help each other. We've been there for each other when there's been death, things like that. That's what this team and teamwork is all about, is just joining hands and pulling each other along, especially when another one feels like they need to be dragged. And that might be me in a couple weeks. But anyway.
There's some weeks she drags me. Some days I'm like, oh, Lisa, really? And she, come on, let's go. And I'm like, okay.
When I have my weaknesses, she's my strength, and vice versa. So that's what we're all here to do. And the next few weeks, I think we're going to do a power month of August. It's going to be about self-development, helping you with your self-esteem, helping you believe in you. The only way we can do that is if you're willing to do it with us. We can't drag you along on self-development. It's something that has to be a want and a desire for you. So thanks for joining our Zoom training, and hopefully that you guys will take advantage of this training and watch it. Have a good 24th of July.
Bye.